Hey, I'm back. I'm Mark Stevens, formerly of the No State Project. Well, it's still the No State Project channel. I'm back to do a couple of videos, a few videos a month on social issues or things in politics that really interest me. I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back to do the show, at least not this year. But I'm glad to be back. I haven't done the show since August of 2020, and I kind of missed that. So something came up recently that really I said, I got to do a video on this, and can't let the channel just sit there, So I appreciate everyone who is subbed, and we'll see. But this is a question I think I'd like to get an answer to that. So let's get right to this. What got me going on this, what's going on right now, and the whole point of this. Reminded me of something about 8, 9, or 10 years ago. I forget. There was something happened here in Phoenix where there was a police shooting. And Mike Bloomfield, who is a radio show host on a local Republican station here in Phoenix, had a real issue internally because of this. And what happened was a teenager was shot. I believe he was killed. And there was the police officer who did the shooting had a different story than his partner. Now, Bloomfield was such a gung-ho supporter of the police that the police could do no wrong, and he could never disagree with the police. So he had a real problem when the partner was actually disagreeing and had a different story, that the partner wanted him reported and arrested for killing, an unjustified killing of this teenager. So Mike was on the air, and he had a real internal conflict. Who is he going to believe? He put so much confidence in the police, and here you've got a contradiction. So what was he going to do? I'm sure he resolved it, because it was a brown kid that was killed, so he resolved it in that favor. But I don't know for sure. I didn't follow it enough, and it's difficult enough to listen to someone like Mike Bloomfield for long periods of time anyway. So what's going on right now, this is what reminded me of it, is that for the last few years when I did the No State Project, I got a constant torrent of Trump supporters, the twice impeached former president, where they said that CNN and the mainstream media were 100% scripted, that every story about Trump was literally fiction, that it was just made up. And the mainstream media was in a conspiracy to destroy Trump. So they didn't have reporters in the technical sense, in the traditional sense. What they had were fiction writers who every single day would just come up with new fiction about the exalted Orange Messiah. And I've actually spoken to people directly, said that CNN is 100% fake news. Everything is fake. And I would think, oh my gosh, even the weather? Even the weather? They didn't like that. But everything was fake. So when this came out this week, and this is not the only negative story and scandal about Andrew Cuomo, and I'm not a Democrat. I got the whole anarchy thing going. So I don't have a dog in this race. Just want to look at things objectively, look at the facts. Is this fake news against Andrew Cuomo? Here you got CNN that's supposed to be a liberal conspiracy against the Republicans, and you've got a Democrat who is getting very negative press. So here, Cuomo was accused of undercounting COVID-19 nursing home deaths. You got a second former aide accuses Cuomo of sexual harassment. Is this fake news, or have they shed the fake? Is CNN actually starting to report real things now? And what's interesting here is it's a Democrat. So if it was a Democrat conspiracy to destroy Republicans, especially the Orange Man God, what about this? Is Cuomo really a closet Republican? Has he really been a pro-Trumper the entire time? And it's not just on YouTube here, but you can go and you can see on CNN.com. They are right there on their own website. They're doing it. So, in all the mainstream media, you go to your DuckDuckGo, all your mainstream media is reporting it. So they're all reporting this. So is this fake news? That's what I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Is CNN and the mainstream media, is it still literal fake news Or have they, decided to have some professionalism and report the truth? And if they're going to start reporting the truth and they're a liberal bias conspiracy against Republicans, why would they be attacking and making and showing negative stories against Democrats if it's a Democrat conspiracy? And I just want to point out too, the false label of skepticism that's used, or that Trumpers might use. Skepticism is not a complete rejection of everything from a source you just don't like. Skepticism is generally considered a questioning attitude or doubt towards one or more putative instances of knowledge which are asserted to be mere belief or dogma. It's basically, it's not true unless there's evidence. And even with a lot of evidence, still, there may be another explanation. It's not an outright denial of anything that may or may not be true. So I'm glad to be back, and hopefully I get at least one 5 to 10 minute video every week. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm really interested in finding out what people think about this, especially if you're, one of the Trump supporters. And unfortunately, a lot of Trump supporters did listen to the No State Project. So I know that you guys are subbed. So just let me know in the comments. And if there's another, political issue, something like that you want me to discuss, or you want to, bring my attention to, maybe something I will do on another installation. But I'm going to try to do, at least one 5 to 10 minute, video here on the No State Project channel. Hey, so, I'm Mark Stevens, and this is the No State Project YouTube channel. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to do the show again, at least for another year. Well, definitely not this year. But I'm glad to be back. And if there's a political issue like this that you'd like to see discussed, let me know in the comments. And again, definitely let me know in the comments if you were someone who believed it was fake news, and if there's some kind of explanation as to why CNN would be doing negative reports against a Democrat. Again, I'm Mark Stevens. Glad to be back here on the No State Project YouTube channel. Till next time, salute.